Good morning, Hero Wars fans. Hero Wars is a constantly evolving gameplay, so after a certain amount of time, new heroes and pets are introduced. Over the past few years, Hero Wars has seen the creation of new characters within the hero and pet categories. Then, in October 2022, Light and Dark Titans were newly created to accompany the new game element Clash of Worlds that was added to Hero Wars. In the case of this game, there is no rule or regulation that states that all characters in the game must be used. In other words, game users can enjoy playing Hero Wars while using only their favorite characters. Since I am playing on a low budget, I have chosen one main team each for Hero and Titans for 3 years and have enjoyed training them. Hey, your bitching hasn't started yet. Well, there is one element of the game that I find a little frustrating. It is about Light and Dark Titans. In the current Hero Wars, Light and Dark Titans have virtually no place to be utilized except in the Clash of Worlds defense base. In the future, there will be 4 Light and Dark Titans, including Super Titans, just like the other Titans, but currently there are only 2 Titans per attribute, which is a bit of a halfway house. Given this current situation with Light and Dark Titans, I suspect that the majority of game users do not want to spend resources on Light and Dark Titans right now. Of course, it would be fine if I didn't spend resources on characters I don't want to develop, but I feel like I am losing a little bit of money every time I receive resources for Light and Dark Titans at Altar of the Elements. Up until now, when I opened a Titan artifact sphere, I would only receive artifacts for Fire, Earth, and Water attribute Titans. However, since the introduction of the Light and Dark Titans, the Light and Dark Titans artifacts are now ejected at a much higher rate. This may not matter to players who have already trained Fire attribute, Earth attribute, and Water attribute Titans, but there are still some players who have not finished training Fire attribute, Earth attribute, and Water attribute Titans. However, as someone who is still struggling to train Fire attribute, Earth attribute, and Water attribute Titans, I feel a little dissatisfied. Why don't you just charge for Titans? Let's use the emeralds to grow Titans. I have no words to reply when you put it that way, but every time I receive a Light and Dark artifact at Altar of the Elements, I wish this was a resource with other attributes. I have already been playing Hero Wars for 2 years and 6 months now, so I have made a fair amount of progress in cultivating Titan artifact. These days I am not so frustrated because I am nearing the end of leveling up Titan artifact stars. Well, I understand that in the future the introduction of Light and Dark Titans will make Hero Wars an even more compelling game, so I guess you could say that these frustrations are temporary feelings at the moment. Perhaps, though, many viewers are thinking the same way. Let me summarize what I've said so far. I am not denying the existence of Light and Dark Titans. I am only complaining about the reduced opportunity to receive artifacts for Fire attribute, Earth attribute and Water attribute Titans when opening the Titan artifact sphere. Even if it is not the case, I am having a hard time with Titan artifact training, and I am complaining that the speed of training will be slowed down. Well, maybe in a year's time I will realize the appeal of Light and Dark Titans and praise Light and Dark Titans, Kenru would like to ask a favor of you who have watched the video to this point. If this video made you laugh and feel happy, please share the URL link to this video with your guildmates in your guild. Thank you for watching the video until the last part. I'll see you in my next video.